Hey there, this is Darren. I've gotten several questions on my recent build on the basket weaves. So some of these questions were like, hey, what does your form look like? How do you start it? But before I get into how I'm doing it now, I think I want to show you how I first started and why I changed and to the improvement that I've been doing. So the first way is much like you're seeing here. This was my first coil. I use nails. But what I found is whether you're doing 2 over, 2 under, it doesn't matter. While you were wrapping it, you could use your LCR meter and check it as you go along. What I found out was the metal on the nails was actually throwing off the reading. And after it was done and you thought you had a good 240 microhenry basket weave, you would pull the form off by pulling the nails out. You'd remeasure it and it'd be way off. So not a good idea to use nails. So what I ended up doing, pretty simple, is I flipped it over and I changed up the design just a little bit. What I decided to do is to go with wooden pegs so it wouldn't interfere with the reading with the LCR meter. And the one other minor change in design is, if you notice, I have 2 holes all the way around. I'm still going 11, except instead of 1 hole, I'm going 2, and I'll explain why I do that in a minute. All right, so I got everything assembled. You can see I'm using a 3/16 peg, easily found at Lowe's or Home Depot or any of the big box stores, with 3/16 holes. You're going to need 34 total, because you have 11 times 2, which is 22, plus another 11 is 34. Got my Litz lead in. First thing I do is I go down through the center hole. Real simple. On the back side, I'm just going to give myself probably about 8 inches lead, and I'm just going to temporarily tape it down just like that. Flip it back over. Now, for the first run, I'll just go to the first post. It doesn't matter where you start. And I'm going to wrap it around twice. That just gives it a good starting base. Then, for example, I'm going to go with a 2 over, 1 under pattern. So from here, I'm going to tilt this up. And I like to keep this square. I know some people will say, well, why didn't you make it round? I like it square because it keeps it nice and flat, and it definitely helps when it comes time to moving it around. So I'm just going to count 1, 2, 2 over. Then I'm going to go 1 under. And just continue this pattern. 2 over, 1 under. 2 over, 1 under. 2 over, 1 under. As I lay this down, you're going to see the pattern starting to emerge. I'll go 1 more wrap. 2 over, 1 under. 2 over, 1 under. And as you can see, I'm dressing these down as I go. 2 over, 1 under. 2 over, and 1 under. So there's a pattern starting to emerge there, as you can see. Now, how I finish it, real simple. If this was the last wrap, if I can put this light in a better spot. If this was the last wrap, I'd go over the second one and loop it one more time. and then I would cut it down here. So what that allows me to do is, once I've taken my measurement and I'm happy with the coil, I'm able to take some dental floss. Now I like to use the waxed dental floss. It's a little more stickier, but I can run dental floss up through that crack there, and out the other side, and tie all these together. I'll do it on all 11 posts, and then I'll do it again here where they crisscross on the inside. So that helps keep it secure. The last thing is, dental floss unfortunately isn't enough to keep everything secure with Litz. Magnetic wire, it is. Magnetic wire is a lot stiffer, and it's, when you form it, it tends to keep that shape, but not Litz. Litz is very loose. So what I ended up using is just super glue gel. I like the gel because it's very easy to control. It doesn't run off everywhere, and I'll put it on all the intersections. So for example, here where you have a bunch of crisscross, I will just temporarily slide the dental floss off to the side, which leaves a good open gap all the way up the coil to dab super glue gel. And then once it hardens, I can cut the dental floss and just move that out of the way, and I'll do the same thing on the insides. I'll just put a little bit of dab of super glue up all on the inside here. Then I'll be able to cut and remove the dental floss. Then I'll spray it with polyurethane spray. This is just what I use. You can use any type of polyurethane spray, but once you spray it and all the intersections have been glued with super glue, you're going to find the form comes out pretty stiff. So here's one of my ones that I formed. You see there's no dental floss left, and it's pretty solid. I mean, there's no way this thing's going to come apart on me. So that's the technique I use for winding a basket coil. I hope it helped.